Hi y'all, welcome to my sewing area. Today I'm going to show you how I did the the barn quilt block for the Farm Girl quilt I'm working on. This is the sample one that I did at the end of the last video. It looks pretty good. I did this no pattern, just looking at the pictures of some of the ones that other people have done, and wasn't quite liking exactly how this looked, so I played with it a little bit more. And so I've got all the pieces ready, and I'll show you how I put it together. Alrighty, here we go. This is all the pieces I've got. This is the little piece for the grass here. It's going to go down at the bottom. Then we've got our barn, which is about a 6 by an 8 inch rectangle. We've got the door, 3 inches by 1 inch, and then 1 inch for the window there at the top. The side of the barn is, I'm going to do another pinwheel or windmill with these two pieces, and I'll show you how I did that. Instead of cutting half square triangles, I'm going to stitch it together like this and then cut them apart. So here's the roof. It ends up being in a couple different pieces. I'm going to stitch that together, and then we'll applique that on. And this is the second story of the hayloft in the barn. And there's the roof there. And then the silo here on the side, you need to trim that. I'm going to round that corner just a little bit. Take off that white selvage there. Okay, that's about halfway, so I'm going to fold this in half. And then I'm going to finish cutting that here. There we go. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to move several of these pieces to the side, and I'm going to position the silo where I want it. This is mostly just a straight applique piece, or block anyway, and so we're just going to pin these and then start appliquing them on. And then, so we got that set about 1 inch off the corner here. And the silo lid, or the top of it, is going to overlap about 1/4 of an inch. And then we'll applique that down. And then, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you how I put the rest of it together in just a minute. Okay, here we go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, that you'll see that silo. Unfortunately, you can kind of see the adhesive. I had to cheat a little bit this time, put adhesive on it. The pins just weren't holding it still for some reason. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on the barn piece, which is again like 8 by 6. I'm going to overlap it a little bit so it kind of looks like the silo is hiding behind the barn. Match the bottom end right there so it's even inch all the way up from the bottom. And then I'm just going to applique stitch that down. Hopefully the pins will work this time. And let's see. Then I could go ahead and actually pin on the door. So I'm offsetting about 3/4 of an inch. And then the window will go right about there. Bring it down a little bit. So that's about a little over, just over 1 inch there, about 1 inch higher than the door. So I'll get the pins, pin that on. One other thing I am doing with this is I'm changing the top color thread as I stitch it. So for the silo it was brown, for the lid, or the top of it was black. I'm going to do the sides here red or brown, and then I'll do the door and the window yellow. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, we got the barn and the door and window appliqued on. I did the barn in dark brown thread, and the doors I did in a yellow thread that my daughter found in my thread box. I only did the sides of the barn because the top and the bottom are going to be overlapped with another fabric and then stitched down. So alright, next I'm going to show you how we do make that pinwheel up at the top. You take your two 3.5 inch square fabrics, put them right sides together, And then I'm going to stitch stitch the diagonals. And then after that, we're going to cut them in cut them in quarters. I'm sorry. And then you'll have 4 automatic half square triangles, which will trim each of one of the seams, and you'll have your little 4 little half square triangles that we can sew in a pinwheel. Then I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine. I'll show you how I do it, and then we'll applique that on to the side of the barn. Alright, as y'all saw, I had the half square triangles, the 4 of them out of those 2 pieces of fabric. I took them over to the ironing board and pressed them open, and then unlike the first one that I did where I actually stitched the pinwheel together along the square, I simply laid these down, pinned them on, and I applique stitched all the way around and through the center. So it makes it a little bit bigger block, and I think it looks really cute to have the applique through the center like that. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put on the roof, and this is in 2 pieces, so I will stitch that together, and then once that is done, I'm going to come over here, overlap it probably about 1/2 inch. And let's see, I'll probably cut that down a little bit, and then I'm going to cut the end off a little, probably go up about 1/2 inch or so, and then do a 45-degree angle to make the roof look like this one. And I'll do that for both of the roof pieces. So I'll do that, get that on, and then next piece we'll be adding is the loft. Just position that, and then we'll applique stitch that together. So we'll do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I went ahead and cut the 1/2 inch. I cut it off square, and then about 1/2 inch up from the bottom, I cut a 45-degree angle on both ends here, and it's more about 1/4 inch on the top roof here. But I went ahead and just appliqued that down. I lined the back end of the loft with the center of the sidebar block here, and applique that on, then put on the roof. And now for the last bit, we're going to take the grass piece I have and match that up with the bottom of the 12-inch block, and then I'm just going to applique this straight across, and that will be our barn. So I'm really liking all these blocks. It's been real fun for me, being able to be creative and use all sorts of colors, and scrap busting is a lot of fun. So there's the barn with the silo. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, y'all, here's a sneak peek for the next video. This is called a tulip bouquet, and I hope y'all join me for it. I'll show you how I did it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.